Morning, honey. Morning.
Bonjour, mon chou. Hungry?
Hungry, I'm famished.
You can have ham and egg, croissant, fish.
Ham and eggs.
Right.
Where are you going?
To the supermarket for your ham and egg.
Oh, forget it. I'll just make do with a coffee.
Right.
Well, now where are you going?
To the supermarket for your coffee.
Don't bother. I mean, I really wasn't very hungry anyway. Mary Louise, are you packing?
Oui, it's my specialty. My mama gave me excellent lessons in the art of packing. You want this?
Oh, this is that calendar I got from Osgood Hall, a law school in Toronto. I guess they heard how brilliant I am and wanted to steal me away from McGill.
That's just like Toronto. First they take all our money, now they want our law students.
Hey, listen, I hate to change the subject back to the subject, but why are you packing?
Because it's soon the 1st of May, and on the 1st of May...
Everybody moves.
Right.
But why are you packing?
Like I said, to move. One thing my mama made very clear. First pack, then move. The other way around is much too difficult.
But honey, we don't have an apartment to move to. Do we have an apartment to move to?
Yes and no. You remember the apartment we took on Crescent Street last Sunday?
Yeah, Monday they called and said it wasn't available.
Right. Last night while you were in bed, they called and said it was available.
Hey, terrific.
Right. Now we come to the no part. While you were still in bed this morning, they called and said it's not available again.
Well, in that case, I think I'll go back to bed and wait for the next bulletin.
No. This morning, we must go look at apartments again.
Yeah, well, frankly, there's a few things about this place I won't miss. Like the faucets that leak, doors that stick.
Don't forget the view from the window where you can see that terrible girl who is never decent.
Now that I'll miss. Yeah! Well, that's another thing I can live without. A mystery neighbor who knocks on the door and yells, "Yoo-hoo!" I mean, why the hell can't she come in?
Maybe she's shy.
Maybe she's a woodpecker.
Whoever that is, tell them we're leaving.
Hey, get our coats. Maybe they'll get the hint.
Ah! Packing, eh? Well. I guess you knew your old dad wouldn't let you down. Here it is, son. The lease to your new apartment. I put down the deposit. All it needs is your signature.
Thanks, Dad, but we'll find our own apartment. I mean, I'd love to discuss it with you, but we were just leaving.
Bonjour, Papa Hutchins. Peter and I were just leaving.
So I hear. But I thought you might be interested in this apartment I found. It's large and it's bright, and best of all, it's right across the hall from me.
Did anyone mention we were just leaving?
Look, Dad, first of all, you know I don't want your help, and second, Westmount's just too far from school.
I knew you'd say that. But first of all, you're paying your own rent, so I'm not helping. And second, the distance from the school is no problem because I'm buying you a car.
Dad!
I know what you're thinking, son, but you're wrong. I'm really not spending anything on you at all. I'm buying the car from the money I'll save by not paying your rent.
Useless.
Excuse my bad manners, Papa Hutchins. Would you like some coffee or something?
A coffee would be fine. Isn't the kitchen that way?
It is, but first I have to buy the coffee.
Yeah, you see, we have rather a small kitchen, so Mary Louise keeps most of our food in the supermarket.
Ah, my daughter. Bonjour. Tell me, if you could have one wish in the whole world, what would you wish for?
To get everybody out so we can leave.
Then an apartment is what you'll have. What was that again?
Papa, c'est quoi ça?
Let me put it this way. You remember old Mrs. Chevalier who has the apartment below ours?
She's moved out?
Well, not exactly. She's going to live with her son.
So the place is empty?
Well, not exactly. The son's wife has obtained a divorce and has taken over the apartment.
So it's occupied.
Well, not exactly. She's going to Europe for a year and wants to sublet. So the apartment is yours. Isn't that wonderful news?
Not exactly. Papa, you are very kind, but Peter and I don't want to live under you.
But you have to live under us.
Why?
Because there is nothing above us. Makes sense, eh, Hutchins?
It so happens that I've taken an apartment for the children. They're going to live across the hall from me.
We're not
Excuse me, but I know my daughter. She has heart, soul, joie de vivre. All of these things would clash with your English drapes.
Papa!
Come on, Gaston. The girl's married. You've got to face the fact that she's finally cut the apron strings.
Dad, look. I'm not...
What about you, Hutchins? Maybe your son cut off your suspender strings.
Well, that's different. Now, Peter's too young to make a decision like this without consulting his father.
He's older than my Marie-Louise. If she can cut strings, he can cut strings.
That's nonsense. It's scientific fact that girls mature earlier.
In other words, my daughter is old enough to make decisions, but your son is not.
That's correct.
Well, in that case, my daughter's decision is she don't want your apartment.
It's nonsense. Well, what if Peter disagrees?
Who cares what a young kid thinks?
All right, we'll compromise. We'll show the children both the apartments. We'll let them think about it on their own, and then they'll see that I know best.
Okay, the children decide.
Right.
Marie...
Peter?
Peter? Marie-Louise!
Well, Gaston, you satisfied? They've gone. Thanks to your meddling.
Wrong. They're gone thanks to your meddling. My meddling, they seem to like.
Well, whatever happens, they can still stay in this apartment. Usually on that table.
Hello? No, is Papa-in-law. Really? That's interesting. Sure. Yeah, au revoir. That's the landlady, Hutchins. She's sending Francis Simpson to measure this apartment.
For what?
For moving in. It seems he just signed a lease for this apartment. And you know what that means.
What?
Well, I'm not sure. Well, Hutchins, this moving of the children has one very good side effect.
What's that?
They packed all the small glasses.
You know, Gaston, when I first met you, I didn't think I was going to like you.
Me too. Only the other way around.
Must be the new tenant. Oh,
I clean the apartment beneath ours, vacuum the carpet, wash the window, polish all the woodworks. All this I do for our beautiful daughter.
Marie Louise is not moving in.
Oh, she was always ungrateful.
apparently they're out looking at places themselves.
Gaston, look! The packing of Marie-Louise. Neat, nice, just like her mama teacher. It need only one thing to be perfect.
What's that?
It need our mama to do it again. Chance. Does this read what it reads?
Osgood Hall? What's Peter doing with a calendar from a law school in Toronto?
Maybe he was thinking of going there.
Unless, of course, he was thinking of going there. Gaston, that's it. That's the reason they wouldn't consider either of our apartments, why they sneaked out of here when we weren't looking. Peter is transferring to Toronto.
Satan, why?
Well, Osgood is a good law school, of course.
How good can it be? Toronto is full of Protestants.
Wait. Peter can't speak French. In order to practice law in Montreal, you need to be bilingual. Or perhaps it isn't the language problem at all. Do you suppose that's the answer, Gaston?
Well, depends. What's the question?
It's the parent problem.
But we are the parent.
That's the problem. Our interfering, our meddling. Gaston, they're moving to Toronto to get away from us.
Babinush. That's hard to swallow. I need something to wash it down. Hey, where's the bottle?
Bottle.
Bottle. The bottle!
Oh, oui, back already. I'm very fast, me.
Call in the bin! Pack the champagne, pack the drinking vase. You go pack in the bedroom.
First, I finish here.
You are now finished. Va-t'en. Ah ouais, vite. So, Hutchins.
Chauviniste!
Chauvinist.
You know, Gaston, I've just noticed that sofa.
You just noticed this sofa? I give this to Marie-Louise. It's not hot news, this sofa.
Well, it's not a great sofa. But it's perfect in this room. Now, the apartment that I found calls for a much larger sofa.
You know, it's funny. I got the same problem with the apartment I found. Only it needs a short sofa. Very short.
A sort of love seat.
No, more like a chair. Or maybe a stool.
And I love the way the wall decorations seem to blend in with the carpet, don't you?
Absolutely. And think of the happy memories.
Yes.
For instance, this spot where I'm standing now. You recognize it?
No. Why?
Right here, Hutchins, on this exact spot, was the very first time you insult me.
Really? You know, Gaston, I think what you're saying is that the children should stay here.
That's what I'm saying. And I couldn't have said it better myself.
Right, then it's settled.
Right. But aren't we forgetting something?
I can't think what it could be. The door.
Hi there, I'm Francis Simpson. The new tenant?
Now I remember what we forgot.
Well, hello there.
I'm Charles Hutchins. This is Gaston Sovey, my friend.
Oh, well, everybody ought to have a friend. And I must tell you, I simply adore what you two have done to this apartment.
No. This apartment belongs to my son.
Your son.
Would you like to see his picture?
Also my daughter. who's also the daughter of my wife. She's in the next room, my wife. Wonderful woman. A saint. I'd introduce you, but at the moment we're not speaking.
Oh, don't bother, poor baby. I know all about these mixed marriages. And you, mon petit Charles, also ecstatically married?
Yes. I am a widower, but still ecstatic.
I'm sure. But a little lonely sometimes, hmm?
Yes. No. There are some things you should know about this apartment. The plumbing, for instance.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, the plumbing.
It's very, very bad. Leaky faucets, that kind of thing.
How sweet of you to point that out.
Yes, and the doors.
Oh, doors. Oh, well,
Yes,
doors.
the doors stick, and the ceiling's cracked, and the fireplace smokes, and
Don't worry your foolish head. Charles, I'll bet you can't guess what my hobby is. Go ahead, Charles, guess.
hockey.
God, but you're cute. No, Charles. No, chic and marvelous as I may appear, I'm a simply marvelous handyman. So you see, sticky doors and leaking faucets and Mr. Smoky, the fireplace here, well, for me, it's just a fun apartment.
I see. Well, perhaps you'd have more fun in a place that's in worse condition.
Oh, no, no, no. But you're very sweet and dear to mention these things. I like you a lot, Charles.
Well, so this apartment is absolutely perfect.
Well, nothing's absolutely perfect, but outside of an apartment in Westmount, this place is absolutely marvy.
Westmount. Well, my dear, have we got an apartment for you?
Gaston!
And it's not just in Westmount. It's right across the hall from Charles.
You're kidding.
You wouldn't like it. It's in much too wonderful condition.
Oh, well, one can't have everything, can one? Oh, drat. Now, I can't take an apartment in Westmount. I've already signed the lease for this place here.
True.
Oh, but don't worry your foolish face. I know two people who are going to adore this apartment. I may have to interfere a little, but they're going to adore it.
Well, if everything's fixed, I'm a stash. Oh, and don't forget, Charles, if you ever need anything fixed, I'm just across the hall. And you, cheeky boy, au revoir.
You find that amusing, do you?
Well, look at it this way, Hutchins. Now, you may be not losing a son, and you're gaining a simply marvelous handyman.
The children, while I pack the curtain, I see them from the window.
Which you probably also packed. Hutchins, who's going to tell the children they're staying here?
Well, we can't tell them to stay, Gaston. That'd be interfering again.
Right.
So what we have to do is to stop them from moving, make them forget about Toronto, and force them to stay here.
Force?
Oh, without interfering, of course.
Right.
And for heaven's sake, be subtle.
Right. Subtle.
Right.
Ah, Peter, Marie-Louise. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. Peter. Ah, it's a beautiful day here in Montreal, isn't it?
Very beautiful, Papa. So?
So why do you want to leave such a beautiful city to go to a place full of Protestants?
What your mama means is, why do you want to live in a place where you will have to trade this big, beautiful sofa for a tiny little stool?
Have you two been hitting the logger again?
What Gaston means, son, is that this place is so full of happy memories. For instance, this spot. Now, this spot is very dear to Gaston and me.
You have been hitting the logger.
Perhaps we are being too subtle.
Is there anything else you're trying to say?
Nothing. However, since you asked for my advice, I give it.
Without interfering.
Right. Without interfering, I order you two to continue living in this apartment, and that's that.
We'd love to stay.
And the word no doesn't come into it. And what did you say?
We'll stay. I mean, there's nothing nearly as nice as this in our price range.
Well, then, you got it. Subtle enough.
Awe-inspiring. Well, what do you say we all go and celebrate? I know a terrific restaurant where they serve the most delicious roast beef.
And I know a better one that serves ragout pat.
Roast beef.
No. Ragout pat.
Roast meat.
Ragout pat.
Pig's feet,
No
man.
action! If you want to insult me again, the least you can do is stand on the spot.
Hold it! Okay, we'll celebrate, but not English and not French. Let's do it the Canadian way, separately. You in your French restaurant and you in your English restaurant. And we will celebrate by unpacking. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Come along, Gaston. We'll go down to the club. Come along, Therese. Bye, Peter.
Well, here we are, still in our shabby little apartment. What do you say we start our second honeymoon?
Peter, we haven't finished the first.
Can you think of a better time to start the second?
Oh, Peter, so much work, the unpacking.
You mean so much work for you because you're the expert.
No, I mean so much work for you because my mama didn't teach me about unpacking.
Hey. Well,
Oh, Marie-Louise. Peter, I heard you're leaving, and I'm just sick about it. When you first moved in, I said to Harold, I said, I just know I'm going to like them. And Harold said, oh, what a cute couple. And now you're leaving
We're
again.
staying.
You're staying. Oh, how wonderful. I can't wait to tell Harold. I'm so happy.
who the hell was that? The woodpecker strikes again.
Cars used by Excuse My French were supplied by Tilden Rent-A-Car, featuring the new Chevrolet Impala. In Canada, it's Tilden. Accommodations for staff of Excuse My French were provided by Quality Inns. When you travel, follow the sun. The inns with the sunny disposition, Quality Inns. Excuse My French was recorded in Montreal before a live audience.